Hello everybody. So I got my latest thing in for my 300 Win Mag, my Ruger American Go Wild that I bought. I'm wanting to replace the muzzle brake with a Yankee Hill muzzle brake, specifically because it's a quick detach muzzle brake, so I can add my suppressor if I want to, assuming the muzzle brake's as good as the Ruger. The problem is the way they shim it, the shims are bigger than the flange on the outside of the muzzle brake. And all of my wrenches are thicker than the actual flange. So what I'm going to do today is take a super high expensive Popular Mechanics wrench and put it to the grinder. So I'm going to grind this down on one side so that it's no wider than the flange on this muzzle brake, so that I can actually put this on and shim it like it's supposed to be put. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'll start the grinder here in just a minute. So in one of my videos, a friend of mine said, hey, you need safety glasses, and I didn't have any at the time because I'd torn them all up. So I went and got some nice Z87 safety glasses from my favorite store, Harbor Freight. So this is going to be a little noisy. Let's see how it goes. So I'm getting close. Super close. So just a little bit more, I think, and I should have it where I need it. Well, I think I'm about there. So I'm going to go in and see if I can actually get this on the rifle. Well, let's go see how that does. So I'm out in my other area where I work on things. I do not have a gun vise. So I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is just man it. So to get the old one off, I'm going to use my other barrel wrench. Turn it over here. Maybe. Old muzzle brake. Now the way this works, they have shims, and you're supposed to start threading it on. I'm going to go all the way just to see. So right there would actually be exactly where I want it. So I think what I'm going to use is one of these Yankee Hill shims. And see how well or how close that gets us. They're different sized ones, so I need to find the right one. So run it up, back it off. That is going to probably be the thinnest one they have, like that. Unscrew it. And this, you can see what I was talking about earlier, how they're actually larger than the base. So they stick out to the side when you put them on. So I need to be able to get between the barrel or the shim and the brake to be able to get it to torque down. Yeah, so now if you look at it, with that shim on there, the brake isn't on there right. So what I'm hoping is that I can take this wrench, which was perfect, and then tighten that down to where it needs to be. Not quite. I don't think I can torque it down that much. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Not quite lining up like it needs to. It's still pointing down a little on the right, up a little on the left. So let me see about a different shim. Okay, I found a thinner shim. So thin it bent when I picked it up, and it is not quite where it needs to be, which I think is what I want, because I don't have to be so crazy torquing it down. It should just be like 40 inch-pounds. But I think before I do anything, let me find it, just to make sure, I'm going to put just a dab, and I mean a dab, of some Loctite on there. I know it's a red tube, but it's actually the blue. Okay. So now let's get this back on there. Take this down. I think that looks pretty good. The reason I'm doing all of this is I want to be able to use my barrel extender. To see if that doesn't help with whatever I want it to help with. So we'll see. I'm going to let that Loctite sit up before I do anything though. The next thing to do will be to take it to the range and see how that new muzzle brake works. Oh, and the reason it needs to be on there certain torque and with the Loctite is this is the QD suppressor. So once it's on the rifle, then I can take it off and put it on any other rifle 30 cal or less that has a QD attachment to it. I really like this Yankee Hill. I went ahead and when I bought it, paid for the tie. So it's like 15 ounces. It's really light. Not like one of those steel monstrosities that weights the end of your barrel down. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll show you how it does the range. I should say I did, my brother gave me this. I was wanting something to give a little more rise to the cheek rest because it was too low, and I put a little spacer underneath it, and it's barely any longer, and I wouldn't be able to work the bolt reliably since this is a long action, and he had this on a short action. So anyway, thanks for watching, and next trip to range, we'll see how it goes.